factions game. We're playing with Snake Ixer, Hard Diggler, aka Such a Flirt, and Scoomy Mooms. We're picking into a track that actually looks kind of perfect for Swarmlings, though with no big building pass tile. So this is an interesting game where some factions, the factions who want to build big buildings like this track, they don't love the pass tiles. However, one thing that's interesting about what I've noticed about the big building pass tile is that it kind of just incentivizes other people to block it. So you don't have that like getting in the way of this game, which is nice. So who wants to build a big building early? Last time we just put goats in, and they were very strong. Goblins are also very strong, but I mean, we did that last time as well. So who looks like they could be funny? I mean, I think the enlightened are really good, but I don't think that they're fun, especially picking into the first seat. I don't really want to see that. So maybe I should just pick a green faction, and maybe I should just trust everyone else to pick other factions, and I can just put witches in. Temp ship isn't in the game. You're probably just going to get like the 6 coins is going to be the best thing available to you. And Chaos Magicians actually aren't bad with this track either. You know what? I'm going to put in Chaos Magicians, and we'll just see what happens. I don't like it as an Architect's track. I guess it's actually a pretty good track for Treasurers. Maybe I should be trying out a Stronghold Treasurer strategy, but oh well. I'm just going to start with this. Maybe you can even start with the power tile to guarantee yourself the 2 workers action, but I think that starting with the many coins is better. And then if you don't get the 2 workers, then maybe you can just get the single dig on E7 or something. So obviously when I pick red into the game, I like on the base map especially, I would like to see no yellow, but who knows what we'll actually see. This arena season has been on fjords with landscapes, and I feel like alchemists are just in so many games. They love to open Stronghold. However, without the landscape, Stronghold opening is a little less good. It is the Enlightened, which I really don't like. They're a glass cannon type of faction. I guess my plan is probably, if I'm Chaos, I'm just going to single spade this hex with the first action and then see what happens. Darklings are put in the game. Darklings are a reliably good faction. They love this track. The dig event in round 3 is particularly good for Darklings. The Sanctuary round 2, dig round 3, and TP's round 4 is an incredibly good track for Darklings. But yeah, I think that we should probably be just bidding heavily on the Enlightened. They'll either get this this priest, or they'll get worker power. If they get worker power, then they can either buy the priest immediately, or they can just alternatively just immediately 5 power priest. And I'm bringing that up because you do kind of need a priest in round 1 as the enlightened. You basically always want to start with the Stronghold. That's part of the reason why I don't find them like that fun. In which case I wound up switching to Chaos, but honestly I probably should have just put Witches in there. Witches are very good. Prospectors I think I like least here. Yeah, I definitely like Prospectors the least. They have they can make stuff happen with this track, but they really don't want to build tall early. And the other thing about Prospectors is, I mean, they're in a very good leech position, so they can make like a nice town. But they really don't want to build big buildings early, and they want to build like out and build their temples. They want to build all their small stuff and build wide. Like the pass tiles seem okay for that, but And I probably just have to bid on these guys. I think that they're a glass cannon. I think that these air workers are going to be ridiculously good for them. It's also like not clear what past tiles are going to go down here. I think that prospectors probably just take the spade. There was talk of doing a fast auction to speed up the game, so let's do this. So prospectors presumably take the spade, or they take the 6 coins or the priest, and everyone's happy. The one outcome where we're not that happy is if, as enlightened, is if it goes priest and worker power. The spade is actually a lot less good for us. Heroic Logic, how are you? Yes, more TM. More TM is happening. You enjoyed watching the Nomads game this morning. I'm not sure exactly what game you're talking about. Which game was that? Oh, are you talking about Lustrus's game? Yeah, that was a good one. I'm always guilty of trying to talk way too much during the chats. Like I should just let him do what he does. Like he's a good player. Yeah, Lustrus's stream. I felt like there were a few areas where he could have done better, but like I don't need to like try to control too much. It's too much. Anyway, I'm leaning toward chaos here. I think darklings are going to be very good, but I think chaos, just spading into here, taking fire 2, earth 2, fire 1, earth 2, set ourselves up for this sanctuary in round 2. Should be fine. We're not guaranteed to be the best faction here, but we're guaranteed to have an okay game. Like, I've had games as chaos in this color matchup where like alchemists wind up like triple digging this hex. Green digs this hex. I mean, they're fairly likely to do that this game anyway, but like I do think I'm going to be able to get at least a decent number of my reds this game. Good repeated cult bonuses. Yeah. The priests are going to be good. However, yeah, enlightened are going to be able to abuse the cults for sure. There's a small question of will we be able to take the 2-key town? Probably enlightened beat us there. It's just they're just such a resilient faction. But I think we might be able to take some lessons from the setup. Mr. Fickles is the setup TM, where maybe we can just grab this hex first, make our temple, and then go sanctuary. Whoa. Okay, this is interesting. This makes life a little trickier for the enlightened as well. It makes life pretty good for prospectors. However, it's going to become a shipping war now, and I think I have tempo in a shipping war. So. You know the prospectors, but not the enlightened. Okay, so yeah, let's do an explanation of the enlightened. The enlightened big thing is that they do not produce workers. Instead, they produce power for everything. However, and their faction board is weird because their temples, sanctuaries, and strongholds require priests instead of... Sorry, I'm just going to take this hex first because I think that that's like a fairly obvious move that I should always be doing. So what's unique about the prospectors here? The enlightened here, they need priests to build their big buildings. And the thing is, if they get their big building, if they get their stronghold out, then they can use all this power to down convert but they convert at double the rate. So it's like 3 power turns into 2 workers instead of 1 worker. One power turns into 2 coins instead of 1 coin. So their econ with the stronghold is ridiculous. It's absolutely insanity. It's absolute insanity. Um, and the other thing is that they get double the power for going up cults. So honestly, what this winds up leading to is lots of 5 power priests to dominate cults. Winning the 2 key town race like just makes them absolutely absurd. Um, they also use power to take spades, but they don't need double spade actions. We're just gonna make the big building early is good. Yeah. So when I started this stream, I was saying that I thought that enlightened were gonna be very good here, but I didn't want to put them in. I was actually considering putting in a like witches or like Orin or something to block enlightened from being in the game because I don't want to see them here. Honestly, I think that I think that they're probably a little overpowered, and I think that they're also kind of glass cannony. Like they have massive, massive potential. Like they have massive blowout potential, which I don't love. Um, but they play a very unusual game. Like they have absolutely ridiculous economy compared to others, and like they also start on the 2 step of air, which if the air event comes early, like workers are their weakness, right? They produce no workers, so that's like one of their toughest areas. It's insanity. But in any case, let's just do this. We'll take fire 1 and yeah, it's just earth 2, I think. Kasiki, have I been playing Arena? Yes, I have. I love fjords, but I'm finding it a little bit painful this season. I've been getting my ass kicked a lot. It's like I'm finding it very unpredictable. Oh, I forgot that the other insane thing about Arena or about Enlightened is that they have this ability, which gives them 4 power right away from their stronghold. It's a button. Now that's less income than like that's a 4 power income stronghold plus the conversion ability. They get to use that in round 1, which is absurd. In my view, they're going to get the first priest to air here. They're going to bump up. They're going to have a ton of power in bowl because they're going to convert 5 power to a priest, and then they're going to send priest to air, and they're going to get 6 power back. Not to mention they're going to get 4 power into bowl 3 first. So they're going to claim the 3 spot on air and likely the 3 spot on water as well, I suspect. Anyway, I'm talking a lot, but I should just be doing this. I'm just going to open next round with a sanctuary. I want Earth 1. Anyway, yeah, the answer is yes, I have been playing Arena. I think Fjords is a great map. However, it's a little unpredictable where people start. And that's been causing me like a lot of issues, and I just haven't quite sorted out like where the pain, like the choke points are on the map yet. Like, and you never know how hard people are going to prioritize those choke points on Fjords. Whereas with base, I feel like I have a decent idea like what hexes people really, really want, how hard people will push. Whereas Fjords, I'm still definitely struggling with that quite a bit. This is a low leech game for me so far. Prospectors chose to upgrade over here, which I essentially disagree with. I think that they're going to probably claim the coins here. Yeah, you got to think that the Prospectors want the coins here. Yeah, I mean, the truth is I probably should have just picked Enlightened and, like, gone ham. The other thing is about this arena season is, no, I mean, I'm liking it. I'm struggling. Like, I'm not as good on Fjords as I am on base. That's for sure. Yeah, see, like, they, like, Enlightened just converted 6 power to, oh my god, I hate this. I absolutely hate this from Prospectors. Like, feeding Enlightened this power is really bad, and also taking taking Fire 1, I think, is also pretty sketch. Especially, like, when they didn't claim the first priest to fire. Um, yeah, I greatly disagree with this Prospector's play. I think you're supposed to build multiple TPs and multiple dwellings. You're not supposed to take Fire 1. Um, like, your first TP produces 4 cash. Your second TP produces 3 cash. Like, you've built yourself a temple, but you don't have priest production, and you took Fire 1, so you produce 6 cash total. Like, I think that it's much better to build extra dwellings and stuff here. This is very, very good for Enlightened, as I see it. And Enlightened are also going to take away this H4 hex, which is quite bad for Darklings. Like, they're just going to build this hex, and then they're going to spade this. They only need 3 power to take a spade action. And they're also going to pass on to the spade, which is the best tile for them, almost certainly. What are we going to do? We're going to Sanctuary. We're going to build a... we're going to send Priest to Air, and if anyone gives us the Leech, which I don't expect Prospectors to do, in that case I will single spade this. But otherwise it's fine. I'll be taking Earth 1, Air 2. I'll get 2 workers off the cult, so life can be decent. The only problem is that Enlightened probably beat me to the 2-key town, but that's part of life. Okay, what do we got here? Snake considering his options. Debating whether or not to take H4. I mean, the answer is yes, right? You got to take H4. You've committed to this bridge, so you definitely want H4. This is also a bummer because this H5 Darklings gives lots of opportunities for our opponents to upgrade down here. What the fuck is going on? I do get a little leech, so that's not so bad. Snake might just be claiming Earth 1 here. That's also not a bad idea. Like, this priest can now be used to temple for Earth 1. It costs them 1 priest and 5 coins to do that. Cool. Yeah, I think this is not good Prospectors play in my opinion. They take water 2. That makes some sense, but if it were me, like, they want to win cults, and water 2 is a good way to, like, get good tempo, but if it were me, I think I would have just taken air 2. It's the extra worker early. Power is really good for Enlightened. Oh well, this is, like, I'm sure that they're gonna be fine. I have no reason to worry for Enlightened's sake. Yeah, I mean, they do want the spade, so this will stay. That's fine. We're just gonna grab our copy of Earth 1 while it's still hot. As well as air 2, which is key for the extra worker. If the single spade stays around, which it should, after I put this priest to air, then I'll claim this hex as well. So this is gonna work out nicely. Yeah, I mean, this was fairly foreseeable. I don't really know what. I don't really understand what was happening here for Snake. This priest, Snake can build the big building this round, but it won't be that easy to do. Probably he's going to send priest to air, gain a bunch of... Oh, okay, because he has a bunch of power coming in from his stronghold. So he's going to send priest to air, gain 4 power. He's going to gain 4 more power from this. Then he's going to have 5 power to create a priest, to create 2 priests, and which you need 2 priests to build your big building, and then like 3 or 4 more power to get the coins needed to build this into a sanctuary. But I don't want to burn down my power just yet, so I am going to send priest to it's priest to water instead of priest to air. Same thing. Okay. Probably this red is going to go to green then. I have to imagine that that's what's happening here. There's a small argument to respect the track and save my save the power for double spade next round. But that's not how we roll, baby. We're just going all in. And we will take the two-key town if it's offered to us. I'm not going to rush it, though. Oh, man. It is something that you can do as prospectors. I do not agree with it, but... I mean, Earth 1 is good, though. Earth 1 is good. Though arguably, like, Earth 2 might be better for prospectors. Like, you do have lots of coins. As long as you... Like, you want to build TPs. Like, I'm bothered. Yep, there's the sanctuary like we expected. This spade, I don't know if it's going to go down here or it's going to go here. It's air 2. Okay, so it's double econ for prospectors. That's cool. Huh. Well, this is interesting. The coins are there. But I mean, prospectors will take the coins. I think that I'll have enough coins. I think I can afford to do this. The question is, do I also want the priest? But I think the answer to that is maybe? Maybe I want the priest. I send the priest to air, and then I take single spade on this hex. What do I want next round? I probably prefer one of these tiles here that someone else is sitting on. Yeah, so maybe we go priest to air. That gives me another worker for next round. The other thing I guess I can do is just take the double spade, right? I can just take the double spade, take C3 and E8. Then next round I can hard dig this, and I can make the two-key town next round. That has a nice ring to it. If I do this, I actually will still have the power, I think, to double spade next round. Wait, no one's competing with me for spade actions. Okay, so I think the plan is we take the priest, we send the priest to air, we single spade this hex, and then next round we double spade. Will we have the stuff to do that? Do we have the stuff to double spade next round? If we single spade this round. That puts me at 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's like 5 effective power. I'm going to get 5 from here. I could pass on to worker power, but then I need worker power. That's a bit of a bummer. Let's just... Hard Diggler is going to pass. He'll probably pass on to the priest, though, so that doesn't really affect me for next round. Prospectors probably won't build a TP, even though they're on the TP tile. Fuck the track. This is better. Snake will be able to build this dwelling here, so we should keep that in mind. Anyway, I think the two-key town still has value to us. Like, it'll help us to win the fire track. I'm not going to win the water or air tracks, probably, But I have a chance to win them depending on how fast enlightened are with their round. Wow, I do not agree with this TP. I also do not agree with them not taking this. However, okay, I think worker power is probably actually the correct pick here. It gives me some stuff where I can advance my ship next round. Actually, this is fine. I can probably single dig this. Yeah, single digging next round is probably fine. I cannot overstate how much I dislike this prospectors game right now. Feeding all this leech over here, like you have fire 1, but then you just converted 3 power to a worker. You should have just taken earth 2. This should have just been earth 2. And also, why are the coins not getting taken? I mean, I guess like they can just take them at their leisure, but it's a little aggravating to watch for me. So I think I have tempo on the 2 key town. So the way that this is going to go down is I am going to advance my ship with my first action. And my second action is going to be to double spade these 2. I think I have the tempo here to advance my shipping, then double spade, then make a TP. Assuming that Snake doesn't manage to squeeze out a dwelling here right now. I don't think that he can. And if it does go down that way, then I think we're in decent shape. I'm not prioritizing the coins action here because I don't think that we need it that badly. I guess it could be a bummer if Brown decides to take this, but we'll see. We'll also see if Brown tries to take this hex. They're probably better off going this way, but it would make me happy if they actually took G2 away. And we'll see if they actually are incentivized to do that. Probably building this. Okay, so Enlightened do have tempo on the 2 key town now. So I think that my correct thing to do is to just make a TP with my first action. And then depending on if Snake is rushing or not, then I'll advance my ship and take double dig, or I'll just take single dig after that point. Oh yeah, the coins are going to go anyway, so that wasn't that much of a concern. Like I don't really see any reason why, yeah, Hard Diggler should just do that. We'll just maintain our tempo here. Taking this hex, I imagine the outcome of getting a 2 key town being that I just get like a relatively easy 20. Like I let my opponents win these cults, but then I win fire. And that's quite fine by me. This is actually not a great round to build 2 TPs for Enlightened, in my opinion. Okay, yeah, so I'm not getting this hex. My future expansion is actually really poor. Enlightened probably take this guy away from me as well. So despite everything, I'm actually, yeah, wow, okay, they take the double spade action, which makes sense. I mean, they dig with those as well. But I think that this is actually quite awkward for them because now they're going to overflow their power. This thing is a button. So this button puts them up like on this track, and they're actually not going to make that many points going up tracks this round. Um, I guess if Darklings just give them all the leech in the world, then they're fine. We should secure a single spade. Now that, I mean, I guess I don't hate this sanctuary that much. The principle that I see behind it is that now you do have priest production. The only problem is that priest production is not that good. I mean, I guess it's useful on the Earth cult for prospectors, but yeah, this prospectors game is going pretty well. So I was probably wrong to hate on it. We might be getting like 0 more leech for the rest of this game, so that's a nice thought. How to... oh, okay, yeah. Fucking Darklings. Just giving all the leech in the world to our green friends here. We're also going to have 0 neighbors to build TPs next round. That's quite awkward. Maybe enlightened ship up here, but we'll have to see. Imagine this is a priest for Darklings. Am I right? Look at all these points for Darklings. They're just a very good faction. I mean, I did say that it was like a perfect track for Darklings, so I was not wrong there. And what do they care about Enlightened? Enlightened don't have any scoring favors. They're not really making points right now. They might dominate endgame scoring, but Darkling's direct scoring is like pretty insane right now. Darklings lock up their connection. That makes plenty of sense. I think that we're probably passing on to this spade. But first, why not just build another dwelling? I wonder if we can dream about making a town through these guys here. It's probably not a great dream, but gotta have some hopes, right? I mean, if we're allowed to, we're passing for the dwelling tile, but I don't think that we're going to be allowed to. Also, we're not going to have that many dwellings, right? We might have this, this, and like this. I really hope that prospectors want to be my neighbor up here. They're going to make a TP for a ship town, probably. And then they're going to come up here, so the spade is still open. There's no scoring tiles available. I think that this is probably fine. Yeah, there's no need to go for the priest. We don't really need shipping right now, so we'll probably just send the priest to air. I was thinking earth, because that would lock up second place on earth, but I actually think that air is probably better. Yeah, if I send one priest there, then enlightened are just going to jam the other priest spot, so that's not really worth too much consideration. They can also, in fact, they can close that cult this round, so let's not worry too much about that. Here comes an 8-pointer. Oh, it's a priest town. I don't agree with that priest. There's water 1. Darklings are going to be the ones who don't get water 1 here, but they should probably be fine with that because they're just going to build 4 TPs in the TP round and then grab this hex. I think that that's Darklings round. Yeah. Yep, they do get water 1, so that's nice. This is we're also taking water 1. We're just going to take water 1. Should it be air 3? No, it should just be air 1. Wow, no. Screamy doesn't temple? That's a little surprising to me. Takes the 8-pointer, closes earth. I like that a lot. So could they have taken the coins? They could have at least taken the coins or something. Whatever. This is the shipping round probably for enlightened. Well, we're offered the coins. Do we want that? I think we want, because we don't need to temple right now. We could take coins. I don't know if I want to burn down my power that much yet. I think that I will need quite a few spades to win this game, but maybe I'm wrong. It's actually whatever, right? Like we just do this. Like let's not worry too much about it. We always want to do this. Oh, I know. This will put us in position to take a coins action, if it comes down to it. Also does put us in position to double spade, so we can grab A5 actually. Or C2, like one of these two is going to be good for us. Coins go away, not unexpected. Really hope that these guys, enlightened, still have an advanced shipping. Okay. They have the ability to explode in terms of network, so maybe this is going to be a big dwellings round for them. I think we do this. Actually, thinking about it, 24 points coming for enlightened off of TPs this round is pretty fantastic. And man, darklings are just going to be at an absolutely absurd number of points after this. They can build 3 more TPs, so that puts them at 93. They're going to pass for 4 points, 97 after this round, and we're going to be in like the 50s. Jesus. Okay, enlightened did convert 2 priests. And darklings are going to go for air 1, it looks like. I mean, I guess that's a... Oh, wait. Water 1 was still there. Yeah, because oh, okay. Yeah, never mind. Duh. Uh, prospectors didn't go for water one. They finally advanced their shipping though. That's nice to see. They might carve. They might just blitz through and take this hex, which is a bummer. I have to think this is an 8-pointer coming for enlightened. Okay, so now the question is, do I want to just close this cult or not? I'm starting to get really squeezed now. We came this far. We might as well just do this. That's like 6 power taken away from enlightened as well, so unfortunately we put ourselves in this position. It's not clear to me which hexes they're going to build now. Okay, so this is good. We finally get a neighbor. We can build a TP. We like building TPs in TP round. And then we probably just build A9, right? Not much else to do there. We'll build a TP and then we'll wait and see if we get this opportunity to take that. Because if we get that, then we're definitely doing that. Nice. What's going to happen here? Probably doesn't really matter what happens here. What matters is that I pass. Oh wait, hold on. Everyone is on VP tiles right now. So I was thinking that this dwelling tile was important, but in reality the TP tile is also good. Wait, no, the TP tile is not good. The ship tile is also good, but the dwelling tile is probably just best. I can take this hex, and like maybe I get my ship up to 3. Otherwise I just get this hex. That's also fine. I'm gonna have to decline some leech. That's a little sad. Probably just correct for prospectors to pass right now. Enlightened go to 2 shipping. They can build C4 if they want. If they don't build C4, I'm tempted to turn this guy to red with my cult spades. And then I can make these 4 hexes for a town. Enlightened almost always want to build this, but if they don't, then they should build C4 now. Yeah, they do build C4 now. It's good. They'll probably take I6 as well. Just lock up some land. Enlightened want this town, so we should keep that in mind. Maybe what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to just go all in on spades next round. Double spade A7, build this, hard dig this guy, and then build this. I think that that's actually probably the right move. So next round is a triple dig. Like 6 power triple dig, then build a hex, then build A9. Targeting this hex is wrong. Getting into a spade war with Enlightened doesn't help me. Two spades, turn this to yellow, seems pretty good. This guy is going to become green. We can be friends. And prospectors are going to be happy because they're going to get some more coins. I'm not sure how we're doing. I think that we're not looking very competitive on network. I think both darkling, yeah, this does go away. I'm a little sad that Enlightened didn't take that, but I guess they're gonna be fine anyway. Wow, they've already built so much stuff, like of their big structures. But okay, let's just lock this guy in. Turn this to yellow. Sadly, we're now mostly in leech decline mode. We're producing 10 power, so I think we're going to be able to town this round. I'm not sure what town we take. I think it might just be the 11 pointer at this point, right? Like, we're going to get some free leech, so I'm going to decline this. It might be the wrong move, but unless I can use that power this round, but I don't think I will. I think I'll get plenty of other chances to take cheap leech. Yep, there's some power. I got to take this guy. I don't trust prospectors not to take this. Enlightened shouldn't bother with this. They should want me here, and they can just take this hex. Like, a dig is actually very expensive for Enlightened. And also, if they take this hex, I still make a town. I have 4 hexes. Here's the 11-pointer, actually. So I wanted the 11-pointer, but now Darklings get it. This is an insane Darklings game. They've just gotten literally everything that they wanted. Yeah, that's... They're also going to be pretty competitive on network, which is not good news for us. All right, well, at least we are going to be... Well, there's not much to be too happy about here. I was gonna pull out the laundry list of things that went right here, but there are not that many. I'd probably take Fire 3 next round with my Temple, and maybe Earth 3. I believe this Darklings TP just put them in position to take coins next round. But if they had passed, they would have gotten coins anyway. Whatever. This dwelling has to be built. Like, no world where I don't build this dwelling. Making this TP loses me a single point. I guess I'm going to just pass if I'm allowed to. I'm just going to pass onto this tile if I'm allowed to. There's really nothing else for me out there. I'm a little suspicious of Enlightened trying to just close this cult, though. Maybe I'm supposed to lock up some priest spots. Like, if I send a priest here, then I've basically won this cult. Yeah, I probably sent this one priest here. This just makes me feel a little more secure. And now I'm ready to pass, but who knows how that'll go down. All the good towns are also gone. The best town left is a worker town. In my case, it might actually be a ship town. That allows me to save my priest to fight cults, especially if I'm on the shipping tile, which I guess we don't know if that'll be the case. I think Enlightened need to build dwellings. They definitely need to build this dwelling. They might be considering advancing their digs, but I don't know that that's actually really good here. No, I think advancing digs is fine, but they advance ship instead. They're going to just build their cheap hexes, so it's perfectly reasonable. Hard Diggler is going to pass and probably just block this tile. Yeah, sad times. Oh, it takes the priest. Okay. Well, that's nice. So we'll probably see this hex, and this hex built by Enlightened this round. They easily have enough stuff for that. Yeah, they'll still have 4 power left over if they do that and convert this priest. Though honestly, maybe they just want to bump the priest, because 4 power is absurd. So darklings are going to open next round with coins. Prospect or enlightened probably open with air 1. I imagine that's how it's going to go down. Am I going to beat in prospectors on network? No, prospectors probably come after d5. It just makes sense for them, right? They can take a ship town and then come after d5. Which means that I won't get any network points. That's pretty sad. Maybe I should deny this hex. Maybe I should open the round. Or I should just keep myself in position to triple dig this hex. That's worth 6 points, and it probably means that I beat prospectors. I would end the game with 10 structures in that case. This gives me a brief thought that maybe Prospect Enlightened can go for 4 towns. They would need 1, 2, 3 more structures down here. Yeah, they can do that. They can easily do that. 3 more structures for Enlightened is no problem. But I guess darklings should blow that up, right? They should just come after h7. Remember that I was the chump who thought that this was kind of iffy. Those were funny times. Takes the coins, makes sense. I'm just gonna ignore that comment. All right, so let's say we take the ship town, and then we advance our ship 1 more time, and then we start advancing digs. I guess we still want to make TPs, right? TPs and temples. I know I was like just talking about not down converting, but whatever. Let's just do this. Saves us some coins, right? Some priests. Like, we always want to advance our shipping, but it's not obvious how much we're willing to pay for that. Yeah, will darklings permit enlightened to make this town down here? It's not clear. They would need 2 temples. They need to build both these temples in order to do that, right? Because they don't have any TPs down there. They would have 4 dwellings down here, so they would need to TP for temple for fire 2, temple for water 1 or air 1. So that's 2 priests. Then they need, which they have, then they need 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dwellings, which cost 12 power, or workers, which cost 12 power. So the question is, do they have, and they can take a power town. So I think the answer is yes. They have enough stuff. Maybe they also, like, 12 power plus these digs is all they really need. Maybe they're also a little short on coins. Maybe darklings dig away a hex, and then that's that. Probably what happens is darklings dig away a hex, and that's that, right? I don't really see any reason why darklings should let this town happen down here. There's fire 2. Okay, it's time for fire 3 for us then. Here's fire 2 from enlightened. We'll just take fire 3. It comes with a jolt of power, which is nice. And plus, we know that darklings don't really care about fire 2, so it's not worth it to try to block. Otherwise, I do like to block if I can. We'll temple next to prospectors, I think. Okay, so this town goes away. That's expected. I don't think that enlightened are fine because they'll still get out lots of structures. Almost certainly a TP happens before the town. We're going to take water 2 for our other favor. We're not going to upgrade next to enlightened. This just gives us a little flexibility. Yeah, triple dig is very expensive for our brown friends, so they're not going to waste it here. That would just basically prevent them from doing this. They're going to make a TP before they town, in which case I will be able to get this hex. Oh, they're going to try to take this hex first. Right, duh. That was dumb. That was really dumb. Am I willing to blow 4 power plus 3 workers to do this? Probably not. Well, that sucks. They would build this hex 1 more. They would get to 12, 11, 12, 13 structures probably. I do not have 13 structures in me. There's no way I can build a TP and 3 dwellings. I only have 1 red hex. And I don't even have cheap... I guess I have 2 cheap hexes to build on. On the other hand, it's only 12... It's only 6 points. But 6 points is also a lot. Plus, I'm probably fighting for third, right? I've probably lost to the enlightened. This feels pretty bad. Actually, this is, now that I think about it, I probably don't have this because prospectors are going to be able to build two structures anyway. Unless this is only a 3. Yeah, this is actually pretty bad. Why did I take that leech? I guess the leech lets me... I'm going to advance my shipping, and I want to build A12. But if I can't build A12, then at least I get to build a TP. So that's the answer to why did I take the leech. Other than I'm bad. There's still a copy of Air 1 left. They're going to temple Air 1. That's 4 points. And then they can build 2 more TPs. So that's 10 points. Then they're going to pass with Air 1. That's 14 points. That's 151. And they still have a bunch of resource points left over. They're going to advance ship, I guess, 153. Second on network, 165. And let's say they got 0 points on the cults. 165 feels pretty winning to me. This is probably more than I need, right? It's 1 point. 1 point can't be that bad. Well, it's just, okay, it's the last copy of Air 1, so Darklings 2 got locked out of that. What are enlightened at? They're going to make like 2 more dwellings and maybe 2 more TPs. So that's 6 more points. 6 points. Let's assume they don't get resource points, or they get like 2 resource points. Let's say they get 6 points plus 4 points is 10 points. They win network. So that's 112 plus. There's some fighting over this cult. That makes me happy to see. This definitely needs to happen. This is not the first time where I've badly screwed up my power conversion like that. So Prospector's last two moves are probably dig down 2 dwellings. So they're going to pass for 11. They're going to make like 2 digs worth, which is 2. So that's 13, and then 2 dwellings worth, so that's 15. Or 17, rather. So they're going to be at 131 when they pass. They're going to tie me on network, so that's 134. 142. 151. 142, sorry, 145, 147. Oh, they take 2 priests. Okay, they're just gonna fight cults. Are they gonna give up on network? Surely they should be building 2 dwellings, right? Maybe they can afford 2 dwellings. Yeah, they can just send priest, and then still build 2 dwellings. So fine, let's give them like 2 more points, so like 149-ish. And I've got passing for 11. Maybe I beat prospectors on network. So okay, 113 plus 3 is 116 plus 22 is, wow, only 134. That's pretty grim. I guess I already counted my ship advance points. Okay, so that makes this decision with this priest pretty easy. Here comes like water 3. Or actually water 2, right? Water 2 is probably good because then he can bump fire. Yeah, alright. Okay, let's do this then. Darklings can now buy the priest. I mean, this is all like, again, this all seems a little meaningless considering what's likely to go down here. Oh, prospectors do have a way to build 2 dwellings. Okay, yeah, what a terrible, terrible game. So the water 2 step is gonna go here. There's no question. I'm gonna put a bump on this track here. Ooh, neat connection. Oh, so Darklings could tie network too. That's pretty cool. We're gonna put the bump on Earth. Presumably Snake can just bump Earth anyway, but like we'll at least make them think about it. So we have 105, 111, or sorry, 105, 116, 3 points on network. 119, low 140s, 141. Prospectors, 2 more points coming in here, 119, pass for 11, 120, 123, 131. Okay, I have prospectors beat by like a point or so. There's no way this isn't turning into 5-power priests, right? 3. Building another dwelling requires 3 power from here, but then there will still be 4 power. There will still be 5 power left there. So yeah, 2 priests are gonna probably just pop up at the last second there. But is it worth trying to make them sweat? 2 priests versus building a TP. It cost me 1 victory point. All right, let me think. 140. Prospectors pass 130. Oh wait, I'm not beating prospectors, am I? Yeah, I'm not anyway. Yeah, they don't want to build this TP. They just want to build the dwelling. Yeah, I think prospectors have me beat here, unfortunately. They've got 1, 2. They've got 10 points, 12 points on the cults. They're going to be at 131, so they're going to be at 142. And I'm going to be at 8 plus 8. So I have 116, 119. Oh, no, prospectors are well ahead of me, yeah. Yeah. This was real bad. So what could we have done better? We probably could have been more aggressive at shipping and trying to get to D3. We could have not done this and just accepted that prospectors, like that would have been a 6-point swing for prospectors, but then to beat me. So what happens here if I don't dig that hex? I spent 6 workers on that hex. Yeah, I could have built like 3 more TPs instead. I could have built 2 more TPs and a temple instead. So that was probably what we missed. But I don't know, I mean, a 6-point swing versus prospectors, like, plus I got like 2 points from Earth 1 here and here. Like 2 more TPs. I guess 3 TPs is just 9 points, and that's significantly better. There's like 7 resource points for enlightened here. I think they're trying to figure out if it's worth it to dig down the last dwelling. It might actually not be. It's only 3 points to build that dwelling, and it actually might cost them like 3 or more points in terms of resources. Because 3, like a dig is 2 points. They just build TPs, which makes plenty of sense, I think. I also effed up by accepting that leech. I protected myself in case of like a dig, but the dig didn't come, so I was not supposed to take that leech. So it looks like enlightened will just build another TP. They'll need to convert 4 down. They'll have 2 resource points plus 3 here. That's 5. Air 1 is 9, so they'll be at 117. And then, yeah, they're going to have 36 points in the pass, so like 153-ish. So it's going to go darklings, enlightened, prospectors, chaos. Wow. What went wrong for us here? I got 0 leech in round 1 before I passed. That was pretty bad, but I didn't really need it that badly. I didn't take coins actions this game. Now, I never was short on coins, but maybe I should have been advancing ship a lot more aggressively. I wasted a lot of stuff to achieve this 2 key town stuff. It hurt enlightened, but I don't like versus darklings, I guess, but it's not clear that it was worth enough to me to justify all that. Water 1 wound up being mediocre. I only got 2 TPs out of it. Maybe Water 2 was better. I closed this cult and I just have better econ by a little bit. Prospectors got blocked off of Water 1, but they could have taken it if they wanted it, and they just didn't. They settled instead for some other stuff, so who knows. Oh, this is a clever way to use the last resource. But yeah, darklings obviously in the 160s are gonna win that. The other thing obviously we could have done was, if we just didn't try to get greedy with that coin, then we could have just dug this hex for 3 workers cheaper. We spend 3 fewer workers and 2 more power, but that's much, much better as well. But oh well. It was rough. Was taking D3 important? It theoretically is. However, I didn't have any tempo on it, I think. I don't think that there was really a world where I was going to get D3. Like, I would need to advance ship twice to get here. There was no temp ship that I could get here faster. And prospectors, like, can just so easily dig through here. Like, maybe I was supposed to advance my shipping more heavily instead of going for the 2 key town. But I don't really know that I was going to make all that happen anyway. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape, I guess. Hey, Snake. I do feel like probably what happened this game is that darklings were darklings getting H4 might have been like their game-winning move, but also darklings were just really, really, really good. You more often have games like mine. Yeah, I mean, I think that you really have to like read this color setup better. Like, you almost always lose like at least one of these 2 hexes, and a lot of the time you lose both. And I spent just a lot of really inefficient digs making this second town. Maybe the second town wasn't worth it. I only took a ship town with it anyway, right? Like, just advancing ship more aggressively is maybe better. But then I also wanted to fight these cults. Like, probably I was just supposed to like, I don't know, right? If you lose D3, so you lose this hex. You lose these 3 key reds, E3, G2, and D7, then it's really rough. The 5 power priest to air was savage, but good. I'm not convinced that it was good. I think that it might not have been good for me. I think that I was probably like, I don't know what I was supposed to do here because like this was only 4 points, right? Like the 4 points, I spent 5 power on 4 points. Like, is that actually good? It hurt you, but like I probably focused maybe too much on the cults. But then like, what else am I supposed to do this game? Like, I made this second town, but it was crazy expensive. I got myself 3 network points from here. That was also crazy expensive. Like, it was. I just made lots and lots of bad reads. I think that you're probably correct that I have a chance at beating you if I just make TPs. But then I'm probably third. I probably still lose to prospectors. Yeah, you really want the 6 power. So like that actually like closing this cult, I probably don't beat you, right? Even if I do let you close that cult because that's an 8-point swing between the two of us. And that 6 power is absolutely insane for enlightened. So I mean, yeah, like the power that I kept you from getting was probably key to like slowing you down a little bit, but in the end I slowed myself down a little too much. So but let's say I don't take these 2 hexes. I lose maybe I lose 3 points in network minus 4 points from this, so that's 7 total points. But if I make TPs instead, I could have taken 9 points worth of TPs plus some leech. Like, I would have ended up at least 2 points better off in that case, right? Overall. And then maybe I have enough stuff for another temple. I beat you on Earth. So I mean, there were definitely lots of places where I messed up here. I guess we can take a look at what happened, like score wise. It's not going to be a pretty sight. We took 0 coins action. We took 3 single spades and 2 double spades. We took nothing except spade actions, and we tied for last in network. So that's pretty bad. You would have taken the. Scooby, I think that you were probably fine. I think that taking the spade was good, in my opinion. Winning the Earth Cult, in my opinion, was good. However, I would not have opened with a temple. I would have opened with, I would have opened 2 TPs and 3 dwellings instead, or two TPs and 2 dwellings, or whatever it is that like maximize your income. Yeah, that's what I would have done. I also feel very sad that you chose to upgrade here. Like in the end, you guys had a lot of leech. Like I guess that's another reason why I did like not win this game. Like the fact that I didn't get any leech going on in round 1 really hurt. I only got my leech pretty late, and I mean, I admittedly like I got leech here and here in round 2, like end of round 1, in early round 2, I did get some leech, but I don't know. Things didn't work out. It's not how I wanted things to go down. The 2 key town just didn't wind up being as good as I had hoped. Yeah, like I said, it's just always bad. Even if you get this town, it's just bad if you lose 3 key reds. So, yeah, the East Leech party really hurt me. And like, admittedly, it did help you. If I let you connect, though, you're still only getting 6 network points, right? Like you're never getting out another structure. So I was definitely supposed to just let you connect, or I was supposed to just save my power and actually use the double spade to take this, instead of what I did. Did we get like, how do we do on the track, right? Like favors wise, we got 32 points worth of favors, but that obviously was not really worth it. We only got 20 points off the scoring track. Obviously, Enlightened killed it. This is obviously the best economic faction. Darklings also killed it. Like I said, this is like I say killed it like relatively speaking. They didn't build TPs during the TP round, but that's because they got like Temple Water 1, which they weren't supposed to get, in my opinion. So um, we passed well, I guess. We took two really crappy towns. This hurt. I think that taking the ship town in the final round was a mistake, especially given that I ended with 4 coins. Halflings, or not halflings, prospectors lost Water 1. But I think that it was supposed to, I agree, it was supposed to be darklings who were supposed to lose Water 1. Um, in this TP round, um, prospectors just built a TP without templing for Water 1. I think that templing for Water 1 and then coming up here and then building this TP was better. But oh well, like I obviously don't make that call. Yeah, I don't know if there's too much else to say about this one. Like, in the end, we almost avoided fourth place, and honestly, like 9 points off of enlightened is not that bad. Uh, Given that they got like 35 endgame points and 3 towns. Um, it was a mistake not to nab Water 1, yeah. But it probably doesn't make too much of a difference in the end. Like, you built 3 TPs after. Like, you could have built 3 TPs. One of them, maybe you build one fewer TP in the TP round, so that's 3 points fewer. And then you also got, you also got 3 points worth of, or 6 points worth of air one, or like, so it was probably 9 points or so anyway. You've had 3 4 town games lately. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, I feel like Darklings were correct not to give you the fourth town, but it could have been pretty cool to have it happen. Regardless, I mean that was this game. Um, it was a bit of a bummer. I think that I probably misread the game, and I definitely made some questionable calls like throughout the game, like not just round one, but like rounds 4 5 and 6 as well. In any case, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for playing. Like, I appreciate you guys playing at this time. I'm gonna go eat now and take my dog out. So see y'all.